It's an exciting episode today. We have 2 games to go before our winter break with our new club here at Villarreal. And also, to start the episode, we have the draw for the World Cup group stage, where we'll be managing Austria in about 6 months' time. Let's get into it. Yes, hello, welcome into Living Sports here for another episode of A Glory Hunter now with Villarreal. If you missed the last one, go and check it out. It was our first game in charge of this Villarreal side. So go and see. We played against Cadiz, we won 2-1. It was a good game. Go and check it out. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an episode of Glory Hunter. Who knows what's going to happen next? We've moved on to our second club in our second country. Can we do something special this year? Who knows? But yeah, there's been some interesting games you can see in front of us. We only lost 1-0 to Man City in our second game in charge. We played that in the Champions League Group E. 1-0, to be honest, we didn't really have any chances. We just sat defensively, and we did not bad doing that, to be honest. We then beat Girona 4-1, goals for Chukwueze, Moreno, and 2 for Pacheco. Pacheco is somebody who you might know as Martin. That was his name, but it kept coming up as Pacheco on the field when I was watching the highlights, and it was confusing me. So I just nicknamed him Pacheco, and I now know him as Pacheco, so that's fine. He scored 2 goals in that. I go for Moreno and Chukwueze as well. We then played Granada, a 3-0 win. Chukwueze, Alcacer and Berg getting goals in the second half there. We then had a disappointing loss, 1-0 to Celta Vigo. If you look at where they're currently located in La Liga, I was nearly going to say SerieA. We're not in SerieA anymore in La Liga. They're below us there in the table. A little bit disappointing, that defeat. We didn't really play that well, if I'm being very honest. A couple of good performances at the back, but nothing really going forward. And then we played Wolfsburg, and I thought basically we were out of Europe and anything like that, because we were at the bottom of the table. We needed to win and hope results went our way elsewhere. Wolfsburg were in second at that point. Not going to happen. That was the thought. However, we ended up with a 4-3 victory. We went up 1-0 thanks to Paco Alcacer, and then they scored a goal the next minute, and then Alcacer scored a goal the next minute again. There was 3 goals in 2 minutes. We ended up winning 4-3 thanks to a hat-trick from Alcacer and a goal from Pacheco there, and that allowed the group to finish like this. We ended up just a point off of Wolfsburg, which means we went into the Europa League. So there's a chance we might be able to win the Europa League. You never know. Depends who else has ended up in the Europa League. But City comfortably top the group. Wolfsburg second, ourselves third, and Sporting knocked out of Europe completely. So that leaves us today with a game against Getafe, who are currently in 10th position, level points with us there in La Liga. So we win that, we jump up, could possibly get up as far as 7th there. You can see we're 8 points off with Atletico Madrid, who are currently in 6th place, and that looks like the European places. I don't know if we get an extra one dependent on cup winners, possibly, but really the battle's for 7th, I think, at the moment. If we could push forward into these European places, that'd be pretty good as well, to be honest. We're only 12 points off 2nd. I don't think we're going to get Champions League football, but certainly if we can push up there for the lower European places, that would be very much appreciated. So I say we play against Getafe today, and then we play against Mirandes in the first round of the Spanish Cup, and they're in the Spanish Federation First Division A, which I think is the 3rd or 4th tier possibly of Spanish football. I'm not sure, to be honest. Let's say 3rd tier of Spanish football. It should be a victory. It's as simple as that. But before we get into these 2 games with Villarreal, today is the draw for the World Cup with Austria. So let's get into the draw for the World Cup and let's see how we get on. We have been seeded as a 2nd seed for this competition. So we will advance some teams in. These are the 3rd seeds, I think, that go in first. And we'll see who we get drawn with as a 3rd seed. Poland with New Zealand there, and it continues along the whole way. There's some more preferred 3rd seeds, someone like a Panama or an Iran, Uzbekistan, most of the third seeds are a fairly favourable draw. I'll say we haven't come out yet, so ourselves, Greece, Denmark and Ivory Coast to come. We don't get Uzbekistan or Iran, so it's Panama or Costa Rica, and we are in Group P alongside Costa Rica, possibly one of the tougher third seeds, to be honest. When you look at the first seeds who are available, we've got Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Croatia, France, Italy, Portugal, USA, Uruguay, Spain, Mexico, Germany, England, Colombia, Cameroon and Belgium. So obviously someone like a Canada would be preferred, because Canada, USA and Mexico all hosting this World Cup. Maybe Cameroon would be nice as well, but we'll advance on and see who gets drawn out. USA going to that first pot there. And Portugal, Germany, Mexico already out. There's some big teams out, England included. We're not going to meet them, or Uruguay or France or Croatia. There's 8 teams left. Canada are still there. Can we get them? Belgium out. Colombia out. Oh, Canada come out in Group K. Chile, Ukraine, Canada. That's a quite tough group, to be fair. Looking at who's left, Cameroon really are the only easier team here. Argentina, Spain, Brazil and Italy are tough draws. Italy come out. Oh, and Cameroon come out. So it's going to be Argentina, Brazil, or Spain. Brazil come out there, Spain come out. So we get Argentina right down the bottom of the screen there. Top 2 get through. I forgot that. So that is going to be useful. We hope to come out second. Maybe we can steal something against Argentina. You never know. Messi's retired by this point, you would have imagined. So maybe they're not quite as good as they once were. But anyway, that is for several episodes down the line. At the end of this season there will be a World Cup, so we will be playing in that as Austria against Argentina and Costa Rica in our group stage. But we're going to play instead right now 2 games as Villarreal. We'll play that game in La Liga up against Getafe, and then we'll play Mirandes in the Spanish Cup, or the Copa del Rey. That's what they call the Spanish Cup, isn't it? But anyway, let's get into it. Let's show you the team we're going to be playing for this game against Getafe. We've made a few changes since the last game you saw of ours. Obviously, we'd only been in the club for 6 hours, so we didn't really know what we were going to be doing. But we have made some changes. We've brought Cardstorp, who obviously we got rid of when we were Roma manager. We've brought him in, and he's playing at right back, so we've moved that to a wing back role. Foyth has moved over into centre back, and he normally plays alongside Torres, but Torres has got himself a little injury, so he'll be coming off today, and we'll play Milenkovic instead at centre back. Pedraza still playing on the left hand side. The midfield's Bergen, Morlanes. That's the 2 I've gone with so far. Maybe look to improve in that midfield. We'll see what happens. Chukwueze on the right and Red on the left. Still our normal wide players, but Red struggling for some fitness. We'll bring on Moy Gomez to play on the left hand side. Pacheco has started the game to the Paco Alcacer in midfield. That attacking midfield role. Moreno's leading the line, and Pacheco's been playing really well in there. A couple of games he's not, but all in all, he's been fairly impressive in there. He came off the bench quite a lot. So this is the sort of system we'd normally be playing. Say normally Red on the left and Torres at centre back. But apart from that, this is exactly how the team would normally look. And hopefully we can go into today's game up against Getafe and we can go and get a win. Let's get into it. You can see we have some bids for Vidmar, who doesn't really play for us, so if we can get some money for him, that'd be great. And also Daniel Amarte is annoyed that he's not playing, so he is joining Dynamo Kiev for some money, £8.5 million he's going for. So we'll hopefully reinvest that into the midfield. Probably we're looking for another central midfielder, because after Morlanes and Berg, it's Coquelin, which is not great midfield depth, to be honest. And possibly a left back as well, because our left back area is certainly our weakest. Pedraza's not been playing great. We have the option of playing Cuenca there, but I think he's more a centre back than a left back, but he could play there. We could just do with some improvement there, that's all. But anyway, let's get into this game. Let's get ourselves a win before hopefully a nice high scoring game for us anyway in the Spanish Cup. We have dominated the game. We've had more of the ball, more of the shots. In fact, they've not had a shot at all. It's now 38 minutes nearly into the game, and they're about to have their first one. They're in behind the defence. 1 shot, 1 goal. Really? Or is it going to be offside? The referee's checking for offside. What's it going to be? It's been awarded as a goal. And it's their first shot of the game. And Getafe lead 1. Now a ball over the top in between the two central defenders. And Hugo Doro scores a goal. And we're down 1-0. How? We've dominated this game so much. In the end, we're down 1-0. Milinkovic is yellow carded after 6 minutes. Comes forward with the ball. Berg with it now. Over to Foyt. And can we get the ball forward now on this right-hand side? Chukwueze with it. Back to Karsdorp and it's forward to Berg, who's in behind. Can he get the ball across? He goes to the byline. Gets challenged. Is that a penalty? Is it? They're going to consult with VAR. It didn't look like a penalty. But we know that sometimes the 3D match engine doesn't make it look like a penalty when it is. And it's indeed no penalty. So what does that mean? Is that just a dive? Is that what they thought it was? Anyway, they ended up getting the ball, but we've got it back from a throw here. Marlanes into Berg. It'll go out to Chukwueze and into Moy Gomez, and he hits it. It's a good save for the keeper. And we're going to go to half time here. Having conceded one shot all game, down 1-0. Go on, show us a bit of something I'll say here in this second half. Let's see how we got on. Moreno's not having a good game, so if he doesn't improve, he'll be coming off. We'll bring on Alcacer up front. Moy Gomez with the corner ball into Foyt, and it's headed just wide of the goal. What a chance for him. This would be a very disappointing defeat if we do indeed lose this game. Certainly we need to get something. Let's demand some more and change to a more positive mentality and make some changes. Certainly going to have to do that. Moreno's not having a good game. Bring on Alcacer for him. In the midfield, Berg struggling. So we'll bring on Francis Coquelin to play in there. Some poor performers elsewhere in the field, but hopefully with 20 minutes to go, we can go and get ourselves a goal here. Throw in from Getafe here, and it's into Kovalenko. And are they going to have basically 2 shots all game and score the goals? I hope that's not going to be the case, as Alena plays it back to Pozzo. And over to Alena, and we're hopefully squaring up with them here. Makisomic into Kovalenko, into Duro. He's not going to score again. Thankfully he didn't. It was saved by Rulli. But there's only 15 minutes to go. Moy Gomez with the corner ball into Milinkovic, and it's over the bar. And we're going to lose this game, aren't we? Even though we've absolutely dominated it. Move to the attacking mentality. Look at the instructions. What we're going to want to do is play a bit more direct, a much higher tempo. Never mind working the ball into the box. And in transition, we're already going to be countering, but we'll distribute the ball quickly. And we've got 10 minutes to go and get ourselves something here. Chukwueze is struggling for fitness. We'll bring on Red to play for him on the right-hand side. But we are going to have 20 shots to 4 in this game. And we're going to lose 1-0. There was hardly any highlights in the end of that game. We played fairly well, to be honest. We just could not score. 5 shots on target out of 20. That is not great. You can see none of the strikers played well. Moreno a 6.6 and Alcacer a 6.5 after he came off the bench. Disappointing indeed. Hopefully you'll get to see some goals in the second game of today's episode. Fingers crossed. I'll see for that one. If there's anything interesting that happens between now and then, I'll let you know. Well, something interesting has appeared. We've got the draw for the first round of the knockout stages of the Europa League. So let's see who we draw. We'll put on an automatic draw, will we? That makes it a little bit more exciting. Unless we come out first, which we do. Villarreal will be playing against Basel. A fairly kind tie, I would say. As we look at the rest of the teams that come out, just to see who we could have got at this stage. Dynamo Kiev, draw against Lyon. PSV and Midtjylland. Porto Olympiacos, and there's some big teams still to come out, including Juventus, you can see there. And then a Portuguese side, VTS. Is that Vitória? Is that what their name is? I'm not quite sure. Hertha Berlin, Ajax. 2 big teams going against each other there. Zenit and Lille. And Fenerbahce playing up against Rangers. I'm sure that's Vitória, is it? I don't know. How do I find their name? I don't know. Anyway, it's not important. We've drawn Basel, so that'll get played at some point in February. So that'll be a couple of episodes away, I imagine. But anyway, let's get into this cup game then. A couple of days' time till that, and then we'll hopefully score some goals for you. Well, it's the last game of the season. I mean, I know it's the first game of the Spanish Cup, but it's the last game of the year. I mean, like, not the whole season. You know what I mean. It's the last game before our mid-season break. So even though there's some people a little bit tired, they're going to be playing, going to go full strength as well. Torres is back from injury. Red's back from his kind of lack of stamina, we'll say that. So a full strength team, really in goal. Foyt and Torres at the back, Karsdorp and Pedraza in the full back positions. Berg and Marlanes in midfield with Pacheco ahead of them. Chukwueze and Red either side with Moreno up top. Go and score some goals. They're 2 divisions below us. Come on, let's go see some. I must say I'll be very disappointed if we do not progress here. And I really would be disappointed if we do not progress scoring at least 4 or 5 goals. That's the aim, but we have given the ball away here and Johnny has it. Switches the play over. Are they going to go up 1-0? They've tried to chip the keeper after 2 minutes here. And thankfully, that has come off the bar. But yeah, I'd like to see us get a chance. I know it's only 8 minutes in, but I'd like this to go ahead early on. Foyt with the free kick. Can he score it from the edge of the box? Oh, it's off the post. What an effort from Foyt there. I realise we're playing against a team who are many, many places below us in the league tables, like 2 divisions below us. So let's change to at least a positive mentality. Well, playing balance is probably not right up against a team like this. They've launched the ball long, but Karsdorp gets onto it. And now Berg with it. Forward to Moreno, who's in behind. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Gerard Moreno is 8th of the season, assisted by Sander Berg. 2 important players for us here. And we lead 1-0 after 22 minutes. It was brought down well by Karsdorp there. I say, Karsdorp is really strange. He was, with us right at the start of the save. We got rid of him, and now we've ended up at a team where he's back here. And Moreno, nice finish. Curved round the... Curved? I tried to say curled and curved, and it was a mix of the 2 words. Curled round the keeper, and we lead 1-0. And now Moreno has it again. He plays it out to Red on this left-hand side. Can he get the ball in the middle? He does indeed, and it's straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Valera, no one going in there to try and get on the end of that cross, but Karsdorp's got on the end of it now, and now Chukwueze gets by his man, finds Pacheco. Can the ball come into the middle? There's a couple of men there. Finds Chukwueze again, who hits it, and it's cleared off his own bar by Martinez, it looks like there. And Red swings the ball in, and that's far too far away. Well out the back of the box. And we still just lead 1-0 here with half an hour on the clock. Had lots and lots of chances, but only the 1 goal so far. And here we go, we've got the ball deep in our own half. Foyt with it and Karsdorp. And can he come forward with the ball? Foyt finds Berg. Now Morlanes. And Red plays it through to Moreno. Lovely pass from Red. And Moreno gets past his man. There's men in the middle. There's 5 men in the box. Pacheco's one of them. It's come off the post. And it's cleared away. And somehow we're going to get into half-time 1-0 up only. With all the chances we've had. Come on. Let's go take charge of this match, I'll say to them. Let's see if they can. There's some tired legs in midfield. We'll probably be taking a lot of them off in the not too distant future. But come on, I'll go and encourage the team. Go and get us another goal. I just called that shout. See, a highlight came up and then it disappeared because I did a shout there. That's annoying. 25 minutes to go, but there is a corner ball. Pacheco into the middle and it's headed wide of the goal. And we're going to go make some changes because there's some tired legs in the middle. Chukwueze is struggling, so we'll move Moreno out to the right-hand side and bring Alcacer on up front. Sanderberg can come off and we'll bring on Amarte and we'll bring on Coquelin in midfield. This will be Amarte's last game for the club as he leaves to go to Dynamo Kiev for £8.5 million in a couple of weeks' time. So hopefully he doesn't do anything stupid to ruin it for us in this last game here. Pacheco comes forward, he'll hit it, it's over the bar. We've dominated this game a bit similar to the last game we played, but we've only got 1 goal in that. At least in the other game we lost, which was bad, but at least in this one we are winning. But that's, I'll be honest, I wanted to show you these games because I wanted this game to be a goal fest, and it's been anything but that. 2 1-0 games in today's episode, 1 defeat in the league and 1 win here in the cup. And that, all in all, was a very disappointing episode. I think it's safe to say that. I know we'll hang around for a day because the draw for the second round of the cup is coming up. So we'll see that, and then we'll say goodbye and see where we're going to be for the next episode. So here we go. Here is the draw for the next round of the Spanish Cup. It says there's 57 teams still to draw out, which means there must be an or in there somewhere. Indeed there is. And some of the big teams, I'm assuming, aren't in it at this stage. Yeah, Real Madrid still not in it. Barcelona, I'm assuming, still aren't in it. Yeah, Atletico Madrid aren't in it. Not quite sure how it works, how few of the top teams, end up in it. I'm not going to be looking at the automatic draw. We'll just draw all the teams. And we've been drawn up against another third-tier side in Burgos here. Yeah, hopefully that's another victory, at least I'd hope. You know what? The game is played almost immediately after our winter break. That's a very early time for the next round of the Spanish Cup. But I think what we'll do, looking at the fixtures here, is we're going to come back at the end of January / start of February. The transfer window closes just before this Real Madrid game. So we'll come back, show you what's happened in the transfer window. Maybe there'll be a deadline day drama, you never know, show you that. And then we'll have the Real Madrid game. What an exciting episode to look forward to. the end of the transfer window, our first one here at Villarreal. See if we can add to our midfield options and possibly a new left back. And then at home to Real Madrid, who you can see are currently 8 points clear at the top of the table. So that's going to be very exciting indeed. You can see since we joined the club there, it's been a mixed bag. We've had, 5 victories, 3 defeats. But you can see before we arrived at the club, there was a lot of defeats. They hadn't won since the end of September, 2 months. And now we've managed to get 5 wins, 3 defeats in that time. Hopefully, we can continue some good form. There's a lot of away matches for us during January, but we'll see how we get on. We'll come back at the end of the January window, and the game against Real Madrid should be very exciting. So if you have enjoyed this one, even though it's been a very disappointing episode, 2 1-0s, 1 defeat, 1 win. Please do leave a like if you have enjoyed it though, or if you're looking forward to this January window. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next one, which I say is going to be the end of the transfer window and Real Madrid, we'll see you then.